Hello, lovely people. It's your girl, Ty Black the Culture, and happy National Anime Day. I am so excited for this holiday. I didn't even know it was like a national day celebration, but now that I know that it is in fact a holiday, understand that every single year this day comes back up, I'm gonna go all out. But, like I mentioned, I didn't know this was coming up, so I was just like, well, how do I celebrate a day? Also, I'm recording this, as of this recording, I'm recording this during my hiatus, so technically I shouldn't even be doing anything right now, but I just really wanted to talk about anime and also flex some of my favorite anime merch and manga that I have, so it just gives me a chance to do all that. If you have any of your favorite anime, just make sure to drop them down in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get right into it. In this top 5 list, I'm going to go over some of my favorite anime via their manga. I might have some box sets, but who knows. So let's get right into it. Now, this list is in no particular order or anything. These are just my top 5 favorite anime. I'm going to say all time because these are the ones that have tended to stick with me. Goodness, English. So we're just want to put out there as general notice. So to start with, I'm gonna go with my baby. Oh my goodness, Blair. There we go. My baby Shadow Skill. I could say a lot about why I like Shadow Skill. For starters, one of the reasons why I love this anime is this anime came up right around the time I started watching anime. Of course, everyone has their starter anime like Naruto and Inuyasha. For me, it was both Naruto and Inuyasha. That's what started me on anime. But this Shadow Skill was the first anime I started watching on my own without any outside influence. I started watching Anime Network, and on Anime Network, this was one of the series that came up. Now, this particular DVD set that I have, I actually got this at a I got this at a local con here in Orlando called either AFO, Anime Festival Orlando, or Anime Day Orlando. I could not quite say, but this is still to this day one of my favorite finds. I covet this. I have had this for a very long time, and yeah, this is top pick. Also, I really connect with the main character. When I was a kid, one of my favorite main characters was Kagome. Actually, I'll take that back. One of my favorite characters as a kid was from another anime I'll bring up a little bit later called Wedding Peach. And in that anime, my favorite character was Momopi. For the same reasons why I like Usagi. Kind of like the whiny, bratty, but also really strong and saved by her friends. But now that I'm an adult, I really appreciate the character Ellie Ragu. Very much gets into a lot of trouble. Spunky, wild, kind of lazy and laid back, very much Gen X. Nah, I lied. Don't no one kick me from Gen X. Very much millennial, the millennial plight, drinks a lot, has a lot of problems, crippling debt, has to do a lot of work to try to get herself out of that debt. I really, really appreciate that kind of character archetype now that I'm an adult. So definitely one of my top 5. The next one in my top 5 list is actually a newer anime, and it is the Ancient Magus Bride. I love the Ancient Magus Bride. This series came at a time when I was kind of in an anime rut. I really wasn't into any of the popular anime at the time, and I wanted something that was new and fresh, but I don't know, I just wasn't finding it at the time that this anime came out. And then all of a sudden, this anime came and changed the game for me. I love dark fantasy. Now, this isn't particularly a dark fantasy anime, but I do like fantasy and what has some really dark elements. And Ancient Magus Bride does it. From the main character and her struggles with trauma, her overcoming a lot of her personal struggles, her relationship with her mother, to everything that happened internally. This bone guy here, Elias, he is such a child, and he's such a child, but yet also an adult kind of feel. And I feel like they both just capture exactly what it is to grow and to become your own. And I feel like it's a really good coming of age story with a wonderful set of characters that aren't your typical, you know, fantasy archetype, with a lot of really good themes and ideas. Just like overall, it's such a complex story. And if you haven't watched The Ancient Magus Bride, you definitely should. It's only 2 seasons long, about 24 episodes. It's really good. And it's the reason why this baby is in my top 5. Also, before I move on, I wanted to show off the manga art for Ancient Magus Bride. For the first one, like, look at that. Of course, the glare is terrible, but that's beautiful. This one is so beautiful. Every issue of the Ancient Magus Bride it's to die for. So yeah, I just wanted to show that off. I really like this series. Now, the next anime on my list of top 5 is actually a little more cliche, kind of what you expect for someone who's a seasoned otaku like myself, and that is Sakura Cardcaptor. Oh my goodness, you can't even see it. Okay, there we go. I am so sorry. This video is going to be like very, very informal because I'm recording it without thinking. But you know, I can't do it. You know, it's fine. It's fine. You guys are I'm gonna post an image here, or like over my face. I'm just gonna post an image, and you guys can see what I'm talking about for Sakura Cardcaptor if you've never seen it. But most likely, if you're in the anime community as long as I've been, you are very familiar with Sakura Cardcaptor. But particularly, I really love Clear Card. The anime for Sakura Cardcaptor, I watched it all in English dub. I watched it all in Japanese sub. I love the original series, but when you're talking about like when it got re-released in, I believe it was 2018 is when Clear Card got released, that changed the game for me. It was such, like, the original Sakura Cardcaptor was already beautifully drawn, already beautifully animated, but when you get to Clear Card, it just goes from like here to here, like exponentially. It's just so beautiful, such a beautiful anime. And I love the themes in the anime. I love the dynamics in the anime. I love the interpersonal relationships in the anime. Such a beautiful anime. Literally one of my favorite magical girl anime of all time. And in addition to that, one of the reasons why I really like Clear Card is just the aesthetic. Overall, like, beautiful shoujo aesthetic. Just looking at the art and everything really just reminds me of the reason why I love magical girl anime and why I love shoujo. It's such a timeless and classic story. Again, cannot stand the fact it ended early. It only had 23 episodes. We need another episode, Kodansha. What's going on here? But moving on. The next series I want to talk about in my top 5 anime list is going to be none other than Witchblade. Let me show you, because you know I have to. Look at this girl. Now, I'm probably going to end up doing a video about this just because it is kind of interesting, the Witchblade series. Witchblade actually has 3 different iterations. Of course, its original iteration is actually the American comic book Witchblade, in which case, when I do my full-length video on Witchblade, I'll show you all of those because I have tons of them. Then Witchblade actually got a manga adaptation as well. This here is the manga adaptation of Witchblade, and if you can tell from the box set I just showed you, actually the art is completely different. And actually, the Witchblade manga as well as the Witchblade anime all of them have completely different storylines from their original source material. So I don't understand why that is, but I'm not complaining. I definitely love all 3 separately, and I love all 3 all together. I could geek out about Witchblade for hours, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to talk about the anime in particular. I really love the story for Witchblade. It follows Masane, who's really this kind of ditzy, dumb mom archetype, but she is super passionate about her child Rika. And basically, it's the whole reason why she does anything and everything in the series. Another reason why I really like Witchblade is its focus on basically the lengths that someone will go for their child. I find it really, really cute, and also I love this sense of like community out of nothing that comes with Witchblade as well. Basically, Masane and Rika fall into this community of people who grow to love Rika and who grow to love Masane, and they end up creating a family with each other. I really encourage you to watch the anime version of Witchblade. It came out in 2007. It may not necessarily hold the test of time, but that's kind of the cool thing about nostalgia. It washes right over all of the errors that this anime may have. I do want to throw in 2 honorable mentions. These are just ones that time and time again, even though I don't say they're like my all-time favorite, these are ones that are classics for me personally, and I just wanted to share these with you just so that you knew that these are some of my favorites as well. So my first on the honorable mention list is the anime/manga Mahoromatic. Now, if you're completely unfamiliar with this series, this is a really nice early 2000s series. Very much harem anime, just so that you're aware. If you've seen Mahoromatic, then you already know. But I don't know. This series has just stuck with me. The characters aren't necessarily amazing, but it's definitely super memorable, and I end up just laughing and giggling and having a good time with the series. It is harem, so if you're someone who's kind of into a smaller harem list, this is definitely the anime you should be watching. Next up on my honorable mentions list, I want to talk about Mahoromatic. Well, the reason why I want to talk about Mahoromatic is because I never heard anyone talk about this amazing anime. It has a very Violet Evergarden feel before Violet Evergarden came out. I find it extremely cute and very adorable. It's just, I don't know. It's a very, very cute series. I would suggest if you're someone who's into something that has a little bit of action, but also like some wild, kooky characters, definitely has a lot of that, I suggest you watch Mahoromatic. Now, I know I said 2, but I actually just have one more that I want to mention, and that is Cutie Honey. I almost forgot about this, but then I saw this in my collection. I just had to bring this out. Cutie Honey is another one of like my starter magical girl anime. I was going to talk about Wedding Peach as well, so I'm just going to throw those in there because those 2 I watched them at the same time. Starting with Cutie Honey in particular, if you don't know, she is one of the OG magical girls, right up there with Creamy Mommy. I don't really want to spoil this one because I feel like it's not a magical girl anime everyone talks about, so if you haven't seen it, you definitely should go watch it. Secondly, with Wedding Peach, it's 3 girls. They form a magical girl team. They save the world from devils. Old girl falls in love with the devil, very Montero. I just suggest you watch it. I don't know why. No, like, I guess some of these are like 90s, 80s anime, so maybe I'm just in that realm where I'm kind of stuck in that area for anime, but if you're looking for something that's old school, but also gives a lot of that very Sailor Moon-esque feel, I suggest these 2 magical girl anime too. And now, time for number 5. Alright folks, this is the one you've all been waiting for. And I know that some of you will be like, really? This is your favorite anime? And I'm not going to say this one holds the number 1 spot, but this one is definitely one of my favorite anime, and I can't defend why I like it more than just saying I like it. So here you guys go. My favorite anime. Well, it's one of my top 5 anime. It's Highschool the Dead. I'm proud of this. I don't care. I don't know why I feel guilty. Maybe it's just my guilty conscience, but I am very proud of, especially this manga in particular. These retail $60 for the full color omnibus. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. Don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I'm very proud of this anime and of this purchase. So let me go ahead, and if you haven't seen Highschool the Dead, I don't know where you have been, but if you're someone who likes zombies, ecchi, and action, that is basically Highschool the Dead. I could literally rip and rave about Highschool the Dead. I'm not going to do that here because this is not a Highschool the Dead episode. This is just a talk about your favorite anime. But if I were to do one, which I will, just understand that I just love this series so much. And I have both full cup. You guys want to see? I don't care. You guys have no choice in the matter. You guys just have to wait. And you have to now because you're watching it. I mean, you could click off. Please don't click off. I might cut this out. No, I won't. Please click off. Just. Okay, so here's one. Okay. And here's two. I'm so happy about that. Quick story time. So these High School of the Dead full color omnibuses came out in about 2014, 2015. That's right around the time I believe Daisuke ended up passing away. And these went on sale. Now they have never retailed less than $60. I found both of these secondhand for $50, making each one $25. I have never loved a purchase more than I have loved these. Let me tell you that much, okay? Well, guys, that about wraps up this video. I feel relieved. I got the chance to talk about some of my favorite anime. Like, I don't get a chance to geek out like this a lot, and this was just like really refreshing, really fun, and I really hope I get to interact with you guys about your favorite anime and about what makes you geeked out, what makes you happy. If you like this video, definitely be sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you like my content overall, you should definitely hit that subscribe button, as well as hit the bell icon for notifications when I upload new videos, because more are coming out. Well, I've had nothing but a blast. This is your girl, Ty Black.